Good morning, everyone. My name is Barry Streeter. I'm the head football coach at Gettysburg College. I want to first of all thank Steve and Kim and Franklin and Marshall for hosting this media day. I think it's a great opportunity for us to, as other coaches have mentioned, for us to present not only our football programs but the entire football conference to more people, and we really appreciate everybody's participation. I've been in the conference as long as it's been in existence. I don't know what that says about me or Gettysburg, but it's been a great opportunity for me to see the conference grow and become one of the most competitive conferences in the country, and I'm really excited about it. And it's no one's safe in the conference. Every game is a battle, and that's what makes it so special. And the people in the conference, the coaches, are good people as well. So it's been an exciting time for me to watch it grow, and I'm sure this year is going to be a great one as well. I want to wish the best to the other coaches and their programs for preseason, that they would keep everybody healthy and have a great productive preseason. And then everybody will come out swinging and see how it ends up by the end of the season. We at Gettysburg are very, very excited about this season. At the end of the season last year, we had our senior banquet, and I can remember at the end of that speaking to several of our rising seniors, juniors at the time, and just feeling so excited about the opportunity to get back on the field and get after it in 2012. So we're very excited, and we're excited for a number of reasons. And our off-season went extremely well. Strength and conditioning program, by all indications, went extremely well. Our spring was probably the most productive spring that we've ever had at Gettysburg, and in a lot of areas. Not only in personnel, putting them in the right position, hopefully, but also just with the X's and O's, the adjustments that we made. We addressed issues in the off-season. We addressed issues from an X and O standpoint with our staff, and I'm really excited about how our staff worked diligently to correct situations and correct things that we felt that we needed to do on both sides of the ball, actually in all three phases. We identified those problems, and we felt like we dealt with them well in the off season, in the wintertime, and also in the spring when we had the players on the field. And then we also adjusted the personnel, as I mentioned before. Moved a couple guys from one side of the ball to the other that has made a difference. We felt our recruiting went very well. We're bringing in 45 guys, new guys into the program, and we're excited about all those guys. How many of them are going to be able to compete? They're all going to be able to compete. How many of them are going to get some time on the field? I'm not sure, but I know that there are several that indicated to me from all the evaluation process that they are capable of competing well early, and so we're excited about that for our program. We did do some renovation. We are actually in the middle of renovation of our stadium locker room, which is our home side. We have like a three-phase program going on with our locker room, and that's already been started, and we're excited about that as well. Let me just take our program through the three phases and just talk to you a little bit about each phase. First of all, the special teams. We do not return a place kicker that kicked for us last year. He graduated. He actually was a field player for us. We have Matt Perkins, who is a rising sophomore, be a sophomore this year, that has great potential, has a very strong leg, and he will compete very well for that place-kicking position. We have two freshmen coming in. I'm not a big guy on mentioning freshmen at this time, but we have two other place kickers coming into the program that are going to make that a very good battle, and I'm confident we're going to have a good kicking game in the place-kicking standpoint. We addressed an issue with our long snapper situation, which was an adventure for a couple of years, and we felt towards the end of the year that things got better in that situation. And we also found a walk-on that came out in the spring that, I asked him why he didn't show up a year earlier than that, but so we're excited about that. That's been addressed, and we feel good about it. Our punter is back. Freddie Caruso, who also is a wing for us and a very productive player. And we also have an incoming freshman that will compete at that. Our returning situation is in good shape with Ted DeLea, who returned three punts for touchdowns last year, all three significantly long punt returns. So we're excited about that, and we have a couple of other guys coming in that will compete for that position as well. From a defensive standpoint, we're pretty much been maligned for the last several years. Been I don't want to say criticized, but what I will tell you is that I'm extremely excited about our defense and the production that we're going to have. We have basically our front guys back, and we have a very strong group of defensive linemen. Among that group would be Joe Ventresca, who was one of the leaders in the nation in sacks last year, is one of our captains, a very hard-working kid that moves very well and very strong kid. We have another guy on the defensive line that's one of our captains, Chris Nolan, who is an undersized defensive end at 5'11", 225, but moves very well and is a great effort guy, We're excited about him. And we're obviously excited about all our players, but the other ones I mentioned with our linebacking situation, Larry Del Vicio, who was an academic All-American last year and one of the leaders in tackles in the conference, did an outstanding job for us and is back, and he's one of our captains as well. And Mark Covington, who is an outside linebacker for us as a rising senior, excellent leader and excellent player on the field. On the offensive side, we return all our skill position players except for one of our inside receivers, one of our wings. We come back with Cody Smith, who was one of our quarterbacks last year. We did play two guys at the quarterback position last year. Cody was very, very productive for us, and we expect him to be productive again this year. He's the kind of guy that moves his feet very well, understands what we're doing completely well. And we're excited about him. We have Ted DeLea back, who is the tailback, who had over 1,000 yards, was a second-team all-conference guy. And then we have Aiden Tware back, who had 12 touchdown catches and has very good speed. And I'd like to mention one other guy before I ask if there's any questions, and that would be Kyle Davis, who started for us the year before at receiver and was out most of the season and is back, had a great spring. We're excited about him. The biggest question mark on offense is we need to replace 4 offensive linemen, but I'm confident with that group. We feel our younger players may have more potential than the ones that graduated, so we're excited about it. Be glad to take any questions anybody would have.
Spread wing offense that we've had now the last several years, it came in and was sort of innovative and new, and I guess teams had trouble dealing with the rapidity of the plays and just the style of the offense. It's been around for a few years now since you've had a chance to see it, and yet it's still very productive. How surprised are you? I've had to make a lot of adjustments. That it's still a tough offense to stop.
The question was about the spread wing offense that we run. We've been able to maintain a pretty good pace, and do we anticipate being able to do that? We're hopeful, and we have made adjustments, subtle adjustments each year that maybe I'm sure the coaches can see them, but maybe not noticeable by the naked eye. I don't know. Our kids believe in the offense. I think that's critical. Our kids believe they're going to score every time we have possession of football, and I think belief in the system has a lot to do with it. Kevin Burke, our offensive coordinator, does an outstanding job, and I think our pace that we try to set is also is a plus for us. Some other questions?
Coach, the tempo of the offense maybe as much of a key as the scheme of it?
Well, you know what? That's a great question. The question was, is the tempo as important or as effective as just what we're doing in the offense itself? And I would say our kids love it when we're going fast. And you wouldn't think that in practice when we're doing it because they're not real fired up about that part of it. But in the game, they love it when we're going fast and they feel more productive. But what we try to tell our guys is we have different paces, and we don't want you to think that we can't score or we can't move the ball if we huddle. And so we've tried to get that into our players because at different times of a game, we may want to do that. So I think belief in that is a positive for us, but we try to make sure the kids understand that, you know, if we huddle the whole game, we should still be able to be productive in it. Thank you very much. Really appreciate your time, and good luck to everybody. Thanks.